Okay, welcome to Daily 3D Revolve. Today I'm going to be doing a Design Spark mechanical tutorial, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to create what's called a 80-20 rail. These things are normally made out of aluminum. They could be as long or short as you want them to be, and they're usually make kind of portable computer workstations. They use them for quite a lot of things. Rails for cars I've seen them used on. So we're going to go ahead and go to New Design. We're going to create this in millimeters. So go to File, go to Design Spark Options, go to Units, and then change from imperial down to metric, and then go ahead and hit OK. And we're going to go flatten this out. So we'll hit this plan view, and then we're going to minimize, and then we're going to grab our 80-20 rail image and place that in the center. So really the best way to draw this is just to, I'll show you. We're going to go ahead and get the rectangle tool. We're going to click on this, define from center. And we're going to go ahead and make this, looks like it's there. We don't have to scale it up too much. So 7.32, so 7.32, and then tab goes to the other field, 7.32, and then hit enter. So it doesn't look like we really have to do too much to this. It's almost the perfect size. So maybe just scale it down a little bit. So we'll go click on this little corner node up here. Just scale it down a little bit, just so it's maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, this is pretty good. So let me see here. I gotta look at this. Okay, it looks like this is straight, so no rounded corners. So what you could start off with is doing what I just did, is bringing in this graphic and going ahead and make sure that it's the size that you want it to be. And then we're going to go ahead and create the circle here. So we'll go ahead and do this circle here. And it looks like this is, they don't really say, this is 4.19. Let's see what this looks like. 4.19. Okay, 4.19. And then, so we have a circle, we have a square, we have a circle. So then we need to do another square. So go ahead and get this rectangle tool, come up here to define from center. Now we're going to be drawing this out 20. So this is going to be 20. So type 20 and then hit tab on your keyboard and hit 20 again, hit enter. Now we're going to run around these corners here. They don't really have I don't see a dimension on here for this corner here. Just don't see it. So we do want to put in a radius. So go over here to the rounded corners, and then we're just going to create a corner that's pretty close. That's probably good there. I think it's probably 2 millimeters. So then we'll continue to do all of these at 2. Just click once and then twice. And now if you move, when you go to the second click, if you move it around, it will usually go to the radiuses that you've done previously. So this is pretty good right here. Okay, so now we've got the square, we got the circle, we have another square with the radius. So now what we want to do is, there's a couple of ways you could do this. The easiest way is really just to draw this inner shape here, and then just rotate it around and then delete it from the cube. So that's pretty much what we're going to do. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we want to go ahead and get the line tool, and I'll just go put the line tool straight up the middle here, and then I'm going to go ahead and right mouse click on it and create it as a mirror line, and then this will just be the easiest way for us to do these. So we're going to go to offset, And then we're going to offset this. Let's get my calculator at 5.26. So what you're going to do is take the 5.26 and divide it into half. 5.26 divided into 2. So you're going to offset it 2.63. So we'll go like this. Offset 2.63. Okay, so that's going to get that point. And then we want this, let's see here. Okay, we want from here. So from the bottom of the square to the bottom of this is 4.70 is typical. So we're going to go ahead and get this one and move it up. And then we're going to type in 4.70, enter. So now you have this little piece right here. Okay, now you're going to go from the middle here. This is 11.99 is typical. So we want to go 11.99 divided into 2. So this is going to be 5.995. So we want to offset this and go to type in 5.995. Okay, now you have this part. Okay, so we only really need to draw one of these. So what we're going to do is get this tool here. This is a create corners. And we want to click on this one. This here. Actually, go the other way around. Go here first, then there. Okay, that got your corner. Okay, and then we have this here. So we're going to go ahead and select the click off, get our trim away. And then we want to trim away these here. So we have this corner piece here. And then we can trim away this middle piece. So we have this here. And now we're going to come in here in the middle and let's do our first line. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this line up here, and this needs to be I'm going to say, let's undo this for a second. Okay, does it have an angle on this? Okay, this is 1.50 typical. This is 20, 10 to here. Well, I guess what we can do is go from the corner up there and come straight through to the other corner. That's most likely going to be what we need to do. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to offset this. So this is 1.5 typical. So we're going to come up here to the offset tool and we're going to offset this up this way, 0.75. So 0.75, that's 1.5. Okay, so we got this point there and this point here. Okay, so now we're at a point where we can control minus to zoom back out. Just get this, go click on the art, go to move, and then just drag it over. Okay, now we're going to control plus to zoom in. Let's move this over just a little bit so we can see it. Okay. Alright, so now you want to go ahead and get your trim away. Trim away this piece here. Let's get this. Let's get that. Let's go ahead and get these. We don't need these anymore. We've got our one piece that we need right there. And then just go ahead and trim away all this stuff. Okay. So now what we want to do is go ahead and let's move this over. Okay, now we have to round these corners here. This is what you've got here. And then you're going to go ahead and round the corners. It's 1.5 typical. Does it say the corners on here? Don't see that. I imagine it's just going to be half. So let's control plus. Excuse me, let me get my rounded corners. We're going to come from here. And we're going to go down to the node, the first center node. And we're going to do the same on this side. It's 0.82 is the corner. Control minus to zoom out. Let's get our select tool. I don't think that's a full rounded corner there. I don't think so. Even though we rounded them the full way. Let's undo that. Let's go. Okay, let's see what a more reasonable round corner is. That drawing doesn't have. So the midpoint is 8. This point is 0.5. So I'm going to go 0.5. And I'll just remember that measurement, or that corner round in 0.5. This looks more like what they're going for there. Let's go Control minus. And then I think we need to put a fillet on the top there. So we're going to go ahead and get the create rounded corner. And then you're going to do an 0.5 there as well. So now you got those two. Okay, now let's go ahead and, okay, you got that point. That's square, that's round. Okay, so this is good. So what you got to do here now is go ahead and get your select tool. Let's go ahead and drag a marquee around these pieces. Hold down the control key. And get these right here. So now you're going to go to move. You're going to come over here and check this create pattern box. You're going to drag this down to the center. And then you're going to go ahead and rotate these. And you need 4 of them. Just like this. So now you're going to go ahead and go select the click off. Now let's drag this over here and take a look. Okay. So this is good. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 holes there. Okay, so now you want to go ahead and get your trim away tool. You're going to trim away these pieces right here. Trim away these. Okay, now you can get rid of this mirror line. You don't need it. All right, now you want to put these circles in here. So let's go ahead and click on our select, get our select tool. Let's move this over. So you got these little circles right here. Let's go ahead and see how big these circles might be. I think they're going right from there. Okay, so let's see, 4.19. So 4.19 divided into 2. So this is 2.095. So let's go 2.095. Okay, that's the size of that hole there. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and click on it. You're going to go to move. And then you're going to drag this down to the center. Now you're going to rotate this. How far you think it needs to go? I'm going to guess it's 45. And then you're going to start your pattern from there. And I think this circle needs to be a little bit bigger. So this is not the right size. We're going to get rid of that. Let's get rid of that and start this middle part over again. So we're going to go center here. I think this center needs to be 5, although it's not labeled. This 4.19 through is actually pointing to these circles. So we're going to go put that at 5, the middle one at 5. Then we're going to go ahead and create this one at 2.095. So we'll type 2.095. Okay, now you're going to go to move. You're going to click on that circle that we just made. You're going to move this down to the middle, and then you're going to rotate this. I think it needs to be 45 degrees. Okay, so now you're going to go click on the 1. You're going to come over here to create pattern. Now you're going to move this to the center. Now you're going to rotate this around. So there's 4 of them. Then you're going to select click off. Okay, now we're going to get rid of this. You don't need it anymore. So we'll hit delete. Now we're going to go ahead and get trim away. And we're going to trim away these pieces here. Then we're going to trim away these. Oh, sorry about that. These. Don't want to get the wrong ones. Okay, delete all of those. Okay, now you get rid of these. And this is your 80/20 rail. We'll do Control minus. We're going to go ahead and pull. And then we're going to get rid of this in the middle. Don't need it. Now we're going to go to the pull. We're going to spin this. Now this could be any size that you want. This is just an 80/20 rail. So we're going to, for the sake of the demonstration, we're going to pull ours out to, let's just say 120 millimeters. Okay. This is going to be our 80/20 rail. And they use these a lot in manufacturing. Like if you work for a place that does manufacturing and you have an assembly area, you'll often see these little rectangular cubes that have laptop computers on them. Those are basically made up of these 80/20 pieces of aluminum. And what you do is you slide little attachments through here that have holes in them that you could bolt stuff onto. They're very handy to have. So this is going to be the 80/20 rail. We'll go ahead and view this by isometric. Actually, let's go view it from top. Okay, that's going to be our we created an 80/20 rail from a drawing with dimensions on it. Let's go ahead and bring in the drawing so we could take another look at it real quick. Just click this and drag it in, and then we'll take a look at the part. Right there. And then we'll go ahead and full size that. I don't know why it wants to put 2 in there. Okay. Go ahead and click on 1, delete it, and then we'll move this out of the way. Okay, it looks like we did everything right. We got the, this is rounded here, these are rounded here, this is round, this is straight, down to here, and then these is a through hole plus these. Okay, that's going to be it. That's going to end our tutorial for today. Hopefully you enjoy watching and you got something useful out of this video. Thanks again for watching.